Hello, hello. Happy Monday, Heather.
Hey, Michelle, how are you?
You know what? I am doing great. I had an amazing weekend in Sedona and got to hang out with some of my super cool friends from Egypt. I met them in Egypt. They're from Florida, but we just had the best time. Great weather, great hiking, great people. What more can you ask for, right?
Oh, that's amazing. I love Sedona. I haven't been there in a long time. I really need to get back.
Yeah, definitely you do. Yeah, the energy is so good there. So, anyway, let me just start with our angel message today, if that's okay. Because I was really feeling I want to say the calling to talk to people about this is the year to step into who they are, right? And so very often what the angels are saying, we're like, I'll get there when, I'll change jobs if, I'll break up with the person when, right? All of these things are even more importantly, the angels are just saying right now, like noticing that we put off our joy and our happiness until once this is done, I will be happy, right? And the angels are coming in really, really strong this morning with this huge message about live for today, right? Like tomorrow is coming. And so we do want to make decisions that are taking care of our future, but don't put off your joy and your happiness today in this present moment. I will be happy when the house sells. I will be happy when, right? And they're just saying, very strong. We're robbing ourselves of the joy that is our natural birthright, having this human experience. And so they're just really telling people, no more excuses. And as you step into your joy and your happiness, it actually leads you into your passion, your purpose, and truly the authentic soul that you came here to be.
Are you sure that angel message wasn't directed exactly at me?
Maybe it was just you and half of the world, you know.
And everyone else. But that's exactly what me and my husband were talking about yesterday. Exactly, like to the T. So I was just kind of laughing, like,
That is so funny. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Is there anyone else that it applies to? I'm sure there's others. It's not just me, but that was like, okay. I felt like I was being called out a little bit.
Well, I mean, sorry to do that. And it was, I guess, for you and a lot of other people. But I mean, I do that all the time too for ridiculous reasons. Why are you flustered? I'm running 5 minutes late. Oh, well, so what? There, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, let's quit putting such big emphasis and putting off our happiness and the ability to receive joy, love, all of these things that come along in alignment with that vibration and frequency. The other thing that this is not an angel message, this is an exciting little fact. We broke 20,000 subscribers over the weekend. So that is so exciting to see that the angel messages and life guide messages are getting to reach more people.
That's super exciting. Yeah, like we talked about this, we're coming up on, we've been doing this almost a year, right, Michelle? We're getting close.
Yeah.
So super exciting to see how much it's grown and like to see all the questions and comments and the followers. So like we really appreciate it.
And the other thing I wanted to say is so the members get a sneak peek at the conversations that are coming out this Friday. We launch Conversations in the Light, and my first guest is Father Nathan Castle. And the members that have watched it, I'm so grateful for you guys, first of all. But secondly, thank you for the amazing feedback. So I know that this is going to be really helpful for a lot of people. And it's a great interview. So everyone else will be able to tune into that on Friday.
I'll be listening. I haven't heard it yet, so I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, are you ready to start with some questions today?
I am ready. And our first question is from one of our members. So we always start with those. It says, hi, Michelle. Any messages from my spirit team with the blood moon eclipse in Virgo on 3/3? I'm a Virgo and can definitely feel an energy shift. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So the first thing I kind of want to say is a general message, but also very inclusive for this person. Virgos, this is your year. This is like the last couple of years, the guides are wanting me to say, and specifically for this person, feel somewhat chaotic and maybe like I want to say muddied water. It's not clean. Stepping into this blood moon tomorrow, that's tomorrow, is really for Virgos right now. They're probably feeling everything that's happening in the universe. So I just want to say, like, give yourself some grace. But what happens then is you step into this and there's this shedding, your guides are saying, of specifically the last 3 to 5 years. So with that, this is a message. This will happen for a lot of us. But with this beautiful Virgo, that energy is really stepping into the clearing. And so I'm seeing it, and I only know this because I had the honor of watching this. We had a monarch butterfly that created a cocoon. Well, it was the caterpillar created a cocoon on my Buddha statue in the backyard, and we literally got to watch it hatch. And I don't know the science behind this, but before the butterfly hatched, like the cocoon went all red and black. And I was literally like, I think he died, And then an hour later, it was hatching, right? So the way that the angels are showing me this for this person is that blood moon is like the covering and the clearing. And then you're really going to step into who you are. So I feel really strong about this, really excited about it for you. I kind of want to say right now, shelter in place. I feel like the energy is really strong for you. But after that passes, you're going to feel like the best version of you.
Thanks, Michelle. Our next question. Hi, when someone astral travels, do they feel the weather? Can they interact with other astral travelers or other souls? Can they touch things?
I love this question. And the answer is yes. But we have to talk about a consciousness frequency or vibration here. So if you are consciously astral traveling and you are connected to someone else who is consciously astral traveling, there is a I see you, right? There's a conscious connection that is made at that point in time. So you can see others. I've also had people tell me that they were astral traveling and they ended up in this top secured facility by a government, right? And literally a human there turned around and said, how did you get in here? So there are moments when, and then they disappeared, right? They jumped out. So there are moments when others can see you when you are astral traveling and you can touch and feel things. When I have done this, and I don't get to do it that often, or if I do, I don't recall it that much. But I remember literally being able to feel, it's kind of like a dream visit. It's very solid and it's very real.
Very cool. Great question. Our next question. Hi, Michelle. If you send others healing energy intentions, do they have to be aware and accept it for it to have an effect?
Another great question. And the answer is no, they don't. So what will happen is if I'm going to send someone love, healing energy, whatever this is, it's going not just human to human, but human to soul, because we're going to the higher consciousness of that person when we're sending them energy. So what will happen is you might notice a relationship that's been challenging just starts to get easier. And there's no real explanation for it, except for the fact that you're sending them energy of love and light and healing, right? The other thing is, let's talk about someone, if it's in someone's soul plan to say transition this planet from Cancer, what's going to happen is that energy that you're sending them is not wasted. They're still going to leave according to their soul plan, but the energy almost like makes it a softer, more gentle transition or process. So I would say absolutely. They don't have to consciously accept it. Their soul knows what to do with it.
Thanks, Michelle. Next question. My friend Alex died a few years ago. I would love to know if she is happy with her case outcome and why she hasn't come to see me in my dreams yet.
Yeah. So I would tell you the energy is a couple of things like this. The words I'm getting is that justice has been served. So I want to say, even if this person didn't get the maximum sentence or whatever it is that our human side is looking for, right? So I do want to say this too. She's a very evolved soul. So for her to transition the way that she did, that takes a very evolved soul to be able to do that. So the first thing she says, justice has been served. So even if this person has not gotten the human sentence that we feel like they should get, we need to understand that on a universal karmic type lesson, this person is going to be, there is going to be justice. So I need to say that. The other thing that I want to say with her is that she's telling me that there was a lot of learning that happened from her transition. So not just for her, but maybe for the attorneys or for the police investigators or whatever else is going on. And so I know that on the human side of this, we're saying this is a tragedy, but I need to tell you, like on her side of this, there was a lot of completion with the things she wanted to have complete in her life plan. Now, as far as the dream visit, So I need to tell you, you have had at least one because she's given me the number one. But what I really want people to do when they're wanting to connect with their loved ones, pick a place that you have been with that loved one. So pick your favorite vacation spot or where you went to lunch every Thursday or the living room couch or wherever it is that you have a connection with that person. And what we do at night is we literally are setting the stage. Remember, the heavenly realm doesn't have space and time the way that we have it. They are everywhere all at the same time. But when we pick a place like, hey, I'm going to meet you at our favorite spot on the beach tonight at 2 a.m., we're literally giving them like a location. And so go in, set the stage, like really allow yourself before you fall asleep to feel the breeze on the beach or the warm sand or whatever it is that you're connecting to. And then you're setting the stage and you're giving her that point. So I do want to say this. She is working really hard to get you more dream visits, but I need to say I'm very clear that there's been at least one, but set that stage so that you can have more. And her energy is so good and strong. So this is really important. I'm being told to say, she wants me to share this with everyone. Right? It's really important to know that no matter how someone transitions, it doesn't necessarily equal how they got to the heavenly realm, as far as like it might have looked really hard on the human side, but on a soul level, their transition is easy. And also wanting to say with her that she went right into the light. So I think that's really important for people to know, especially with whatever her situation is. So thank you for that question.
Thanks, Michelle. Our next question. Hi, Michelle. Hope you are well. I'd appreciate a reading from my guides, spirit team, if I find a job in the next month or so, and if my finances will improve. Please, been employed for a bit now. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that question. So I'm getting 6 weeks. So I feel like 6 weeks or less. When I say 6 weeks, I feel like we're talking day one of the new job. And here's the energy with that, because one of the things that I love to talk to people about is very often our relationship with money is not our own. So what we do is we adopt either mom's idea or dad's idea or whoever raised us. So if you have your parent figure who is like, we'll be fine, somehow it'll work out, you can adopt that idea. And what you'll find is you don't necessarily have money blocks and challenges in life. If you have a parent or a parent figure who is like, oh my gosh, we got to make ends meet, this is always tight, we're never going to get there, and really worried about money, you can adopt that attitude too. So what I want to say to you is I feel like you have one of each. I'm not worried about your finances, but what your guides are encouraging you to do is start shifting your awareness to abundance. So when we talk about money, money is just energy. That's really all it is. And I've actually like kind of sat in the energy of money before. It's extremely benevolent. It's actually here for all of us. It's not really even tangible anymore because it goes from your paycheck to your bank to your credit card. Like you don't even touch it, right? But it's literally flying by us and it's unlimited. So start to sit in the energy of abundance. And I want you to start noticing abundance in your life. So if you're looking out at the grass in your yard or the rocks in your yard and you're like, well, there are an abundance of blades of grass. There are an abundance of rocks in my backyard. I am taking an abundance of steps to get to the grocery store because I had to park at the end of the row. Start bringing in abundance and that abundance mindset, because what you're going to find is that is very much the frequency of money and the benevolence that it will come in on.
Thanks, Michelle. Our next question. Good morning and thank you. Will my college sophomore son get a paid internship job this summer?
Oh, I'm laughing because I was just talking to my college sophomore son last night who's like, we are applying for internships everywhere and no one's getting them. So here's what I will tell you. It's possible. I'm getting about 75% possible, but it's just funny because that resonates with me. We just had that conversation literally less than 12 hours ago. But here's what I do feel. If he doesn't get it this summer, it's guaranteed next summer. So I would not stress about it right now, but I feel like there's a 75% chance he'll get it.
Thanks, Michelle. Our next question. In November, the guide said that Peter and I would most likely take our relationship to the next level. But after 2 weeks together, he got cold feet and withdrew. Will he have a change of heart?
Yeah, so I want to say this because they're being real clear. I do think he's going to come back on the scene. I don't want you to wait for him. because people have to do their own work, right? And also the universe, if for some reason Peter wasn't the right person, the universe is going to bring in the right one. So I'm not worried about that. But I almost find like this, when I move into his energy, like I'm afraid. This is too much responsibility. This might be too much commitment. So I feel like he felt your intensity or your excitement, and I do feel like that connection is there, but he's got to work on his own fears. So this is real important to know. The guides are saying right now, specifically yours, but it feels like a message for everyone. A lot of times we live in a world right now where people are afraid to commit to the job, commit to the relationship, the friendship, the like on and on, right? And that is interesting to the guides because they're kind of like, it's about committing to yourself first. So you're saying, this is the right job. This is the right person. This is the right friendship, right? And also when we're afraid to commit, it's almost like, they're using the words gun shy around him. So that's interesting. But there's just this energy of like, the guides are wanting me to say, it can become a self-worth issue. Like, I don't feel worthy of that relationship. I don't feel worthy of that job because that big paycheck comes with big responsibility. And I might want that money, but I don't feel worthy of the responsibility that they're going to assign me, or managing all these people now. So that's kind of where I want to go with him. But I love the way your guides took this into a life lesson, not just a situational lesson.
Thanks, Michelle. Next question. My dad passed away last year. I've envisioned him living in a log cabin. Is this real or my imagination? Any messages?
Yeah, no, I feel like this is very much real because your dad shows me this energy of really wanting peace, right? And when we get to the other side, we get to create the heavenly realm that we want. And so it's like, if you want to live in this cabin in the mountains, or if you want to be on the beach, or wherever you want to be, there's that energy. And so what I feel with him is, it's like your dad a little bit too is very introspective. So I feel like in his own way, like he's mulling over his life, his relationships, like where I could have done more, right? Not necessarily like a full-on life review, but I feel this energy of him with whatever, his cup of tea or coffee, and just kind of quietly, peacefully reminiscing. So absolutely, that feels right to me. Your dad is in a very introspective state.
Thanks, Michelle. Our next question. Hi, Michelle. I am inspired to write a children's book about Aloka, the peace dog, but not sure whether to proceed. What do my angels and guides say about this? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that is like giant blaring, yes, do it, thumbs up, right? Because right now, especially if anyone was watching the news over the weekend, we're not living in a peaceful world. There's a lot happening. And that's all out of the average person's control. So we need to start there, right? But anything that we can do to cultivate peace in this world, whether it's smiling at someone, holding the door for them. Obviously, we've talked about this a lot on this Mondays with Michelle, or not this one, but over time. We have to start with peace within. So if you can create a book that a child can read that will help them to find peace, absolutely, we've got to start that. It's time. Like, the universe is supporting everyone in humanity and stepping into finding peace for themselves first so that we can share it.
Thanks, Michelle. Our next question. Hi, Michelle. Years ago, was Tim's feelings for me true, or was I just an ego boost for him? Thank you, Ruth.
Okay, so here's what I'm feeling. I want to say yes to both, right? Because let's be real. Both can be true, and that's the energy that I'm getting. So yes, his feelings for you were real, but you were also an ego boost. So that, to me, the way they're giving it to me is like there's a black and white word on the page, but now we add a highlighter to it. So the ego is like, oh yeah, this feels good. I like to be seen with this person, or you were telling him the right thing. So the answer is yes, both are true. And that is where our human mind wants to say, your guides are saying this, your human mind wants to say, it's all or it's nothing. It's black or it's white. It's not. Human life is actually, the majority of it is lived in the gray, right? And where there are more than one truth possible at the same time. So the answer is yes and yes. Both were true. But clearly, if things didn't work out, there were some other things that were happening. I want to say this to you too, because I feel like For you, this was a reason or a season. This person was not meant to be your lifetime person, but it was meant to be an experience, because very often people come into our lives, especially a lot in romantic partners, right? Everyone's probably had more than one romantic partner if you're over the age of 25, and so because of that, here's the energy. They come into our life for a reason or season. They come into our life so that we get to know ourselves better. And it doesn't mean that it feels good when it ends, but there's always gold in those relationships if you allow yourself to look for it.
Thanks, Michelle. Our next question, does the place we are moving to later this year have the right energy for my family to settle down?
I'm hearing yes. So the thing that I want to say to you is, it's like, take it slow. Like, you don't have to move in and expect it to feel like home right away, but give yourself time, because between months 6 to 12 of living there is going to get very comfortable and very, very homey.
Thanks, Michelle. Next question. Hi, Michelle. My son's friend Nicholas passed away tragically a couple of weeks ago. Does he have a message for my son? Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a couple things. I want to say he's around your son a lot, and I'm smelling some type of cologne or something right now. So my guess is your son is getting smells of him too. I would tell you, he's still going to walk beside your son. He's telling me to say that people learned lessons from his passing. So I want to say this. There was something about his transition and his passing that's going to help others live a more full life. So think about this for a minute. Like, this young guy, it's interesting because he gives me the energy of, like, whatever was going on in his life, there were certainly some challenges and some things happening at that point in time. But because of the people he was friends with, they're going to be able to live a more full life or have a more clean energy in life. And your son is one of the beneficiaries of that. He's going to keep walking with him every day. He showed me a lot of license plates too, and blue cars. So I'm trying to think of like blue in the sense of kind of like that navy blue Tesla or whatever that color is, like that color blue. That's going to be another sign for your son.
Thanks, Michelle. Our next question. Hi, Michelle. Is there a message from my loved ones in spirit?
Yeah. So I want to say this because they're kind of like, I feel like I have three of them with me, but they're speaking with one voice, but I'm getting the number 3. So one of them might have a connection to the month of March, the third of a month. But there's a number 3 that's really important there because I'm seeing that strong. They're also going to be sending you 333 on the clock. So you'll see that, or you'll see it on license plates or the building that you pull up to, but that number is really strong. One of the things that I want to say for you that they're coming in with is like, it's real interesting. They just said it's time to let go. So whatever you are holding on to that is holding you back, your loved ones are saying real clearly, it's time to let go, right? Some of it could be grief because of their transition, and grief is a process, but the amount of suffering that we allow ourselves to receive in it is different. So it's interesting because I feel like this is a female energy above you coming in. So I want to go with like a mom or a grandma type energy. But what will happen is there's no limit to our grief. So you can have someone you love deeply transition. There's no limit. There's no point where that grief necessarily stops. But the amount of suffering that we allow is a different story. So I can, lay in bed and cry for an hour and then get up and be like, all right, I'm going to meet Heather for lunch. We're going to do this, or, whatever it needs to be. So your loved ones are being real clear. Let go of the things you need to let go of right now in a beautiful way. Not necessarily the grief, because I don't know that as humans we let go of that, but the suffering we have control over. The other thing that I feel like is they're wanting you to let go because it's like freedom, so they're showing me the idea of the elephant at the circus chained to the little link, right? Or the little pole. You can break free of the things you need to let go of, and they're real clear. This is your time. So I'm excited for you. They love you. They're surrounding you. And be real clear that you can let go of things that you don't need to carry anymore.
Thanks, Michelle. Our next question. Hi, Michelle. Does my grandma Mary have a message for me? I miss her and would love to hear from her. Thank you.
So as soon as I write her name, the first thing I see is hummingbirds, hummingbirds. So I want to connect her to hummingbirds or birds, hummingbirds specifically, but you also might get some cardinals or blue jays or something bright, bright colored finch from her. Her colors come in real bright. So when I'm feeling her energy, I feel like I want to say like happy grandma is the energy that I get, but I think in life she presented herself that way. So she's showing me that around you too. She truly loves you like a mom. So energetically, I don't feel like the step up as far as grandma. I feel like she has motherly love for you. So I want to acknowledge that. And she's taking me to my hand. So you guys either have, well, you could have a ring of hers, or you guys have similar hand or hand shape. But she's taking me to the hand energy with that. And she's very, very, very proud of you. She's like, tell her how proud I am. Tell them how proud I am. So just knowing she's still connected to you in all of those ways. She's also showing me like a wind chime or a chime sound. So you're going to get that in connection with her.
Thanks, Michelle. Our next question. Good morning and thank you. Is our DNA in this life connected in any way to our other lives as a human? Interesting question.
Yeah, I love that question. Hold on. I mean, like, I'm like, I want to double check with the guides on this. And the guides are coming in real clear, and they're saying the physical DNA is not connected to other lifetimes, but there's like a spiritual DNA that we carry on a soul level, right? So this is why we can come into our body and we can remember past lives. It's like in our spiritual DNA, but our human DNA is not connected to it. However, you have chosen your human DNA, right? So when we are going through and we're choosing our life plan, we do choose our body. Next time I'm choosing a much taller body, for the record. Like, I'm not doing this 5 feet tall thing again. But here's what I would say. They're saying we're choosing our body. So we're like, genetically, what are we genetically being born into? But they're wanting me to say this is kind of the wholeness and the completion. So often we talk about body, mind, and spirit. We've chosen these. So although you don't have the genetic physical DNA component in this lifetime, you have almost more of a spiritual DNA in this lifetime.
Thanks, Michelle. Our next question. Should I give this person another chance at friendship for my highest good, or let them go completely? What is the best for my highest good here? Thank you.
So the guides just came in real strong, and they're like, well, they've shown you who they are. So here we go. Free will situation, right? But I feel like you understand who this person is now. And the guides are really encouraging you to continue forward with your life. Now, because it's a free will decision, nobody's going to intervene and say you can't do this. But I feel like you have a true understanding of this person. And they're kind of showing me like a kind of like a pothole in the road, right? But it's there now, and we can't take it out. We can't fill it in. We could try to fill it in, but over time, it's going to continue to wear. So to me, it feels like it's really best for you to move forward with love and peace. And you can send that person like, I wish you the best. I hope life treats you kind. And I feel like this is where completion steps in. This was really big for you because I'm being told to say this is about boundaries throughout your life. So maybe not just with that friend, but with family, with work, with relationships. And because of that, this is also, they're telling me to say about not selling yourself short. So think about when we put ourselves in relationships, friends, family, romance, with people who don't treat us well, we're kind of saying like, okay, you get to determine my value. But when somebody doesn't treat you well and you're like, okay, I got to move on. I wish you the best. I'm sending you light and love, but this is not a vibrational match. You are now commanding how people will treat you. And so that's what I want to say about this. I do want to say this. The apology is sincere, but sometimes it doesn't matter because it's too late. Because okay, your guy just said, sorry. I'm like, oh, they're talking fast. Okay. You can have a negative intention and a sincere apology. So what I want to say about that is like, I could do something hurtful to Heather on purpose. Like, whatever, I'm mad at Heather today. And then like 6 weeks later, be like, oh my God, Heather, I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. So again, the guides are talking about both things can be true, right? The challenge is that this is a sincere apology, but the intention of what happened was also sincerely negative. And because of that, you have to look at the whole thing. Other times we accidentally hurt someone. It's not our intention, right? To hurt you. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I said that. Right. So intention is so important in this. And the challenge here is the original pain was intentional, even if the apology is sincere.
Thanks, Michelle. We'll squeeze in one more question today and then we'll be done. It says, hello, can you give guidance to me for my connection with my cousin? Things have always felt complicated. And do they actually love me and care? What's happening?
Okay. So when I step into your cousin's energy, I just want to say words like very self-absorbed, very focused on their life, right? And that's okay. You're allowed to have that experience as a human. I do feel like your cousin cares. So I want to say that they do, but I just don't know that you are front and center in their life. And that's okay, because you are meant to be front and center in someone's life, and it's yours. And this is what your guides are saying to you today. Like, yes, you deserve to be front and center, but you have to put yourself in that place first in your life to kind of command the energy of that in others. The other thing with your cousin, I feel like your cousin creates like some busyness or drama, or is kind of like, I feel a little bit of a chaotic energy. Yes is the short answer. Your cousin cares about you, but the bigger message out of this is it's time to put yourself front and center in your life now.
Well, thank you, Michelle. Thank you for all of your questions. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to our members. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much. And please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. And thank you always, Heather, for being here. And thank you, Aiden, for being around in the background. I wish you guys a wonderful week ahead. Have a great day.
Bye.